Hey everybody, it's Marcellus, the video game personal trainer here, and today I'm going to be starting a playthrough of Hellblade. I remember a while back when this was first announced, I was really bummed that it wasn't going to be released on Xbox originally, but now that it's out for Xbox, I'm super excited to play through it, and yeah. And as far as I can tell right now, there's not really, didn't give me a chance to select difficulties, so I'll just be playing through on whatever it sets us at rather than the hardest difficulty.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she know coming? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already going to feel you coming. You're coming. Quiet.
Oh, how rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. That's not quite true. Some are old, some are new. They've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Nothing's even happened yet, but I already have the chills and just ready to go.
Why aren't you listen hell high?
Look, up ahead.
Hell high.
You see it too?
You promised you gave me.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe.
It's there. They're here.
Listen.
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
You can't do this. Go back. Go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you.
I'm also already loving the music and just kind of environment sounds. Gives a very creepy vibe, and I'm always into creepy, so
They're watching her.
just adding to the excitement.
They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper. What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us. There's no going back.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
I'm also loving this like breakdown of the fourth wall here. It's super cool.
Look really clearly. Focus. Focus. Focus and you'll see. What happens if you focus?
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hell's Gate. But gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the River of Knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
They're coming. You can't do it. They're coming now. They're coming.
Darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. It's like a pack of wolves on a hunt. She's not stopping. Not this time. of knives across which lies the halls of hell, the place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Where are you?
Weird.
He's there, you know.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved, Dillian.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to press him. He's already dead. His soul is in Helheim. His soul still lives.
The bridge to Helheim.
Where else to see this?
I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim, and that is where you must travel.
So I took a quick glance at the achievements, and all of them are secret except one, which is to find all the lore stones, which I'm assuming are these. So I have to play through, just try to find all of those, as well as just completing the game, because I'm guessing that will get through all the secret achievements. So
That's the way. You don't know where you're going. Don't know where you are. Where are we? Just drop down. What's down? You've got to go. Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
He's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
Don't listen.
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. I'll never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Ruth? Is that you?
Around you now.
Liar.
He's
An
lost.
old fool. Truth is my truth.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
Focus.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Closer.
It's
It's just
look towards the gate, and the gate will open.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. Environmental puzzles. Those are.
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
I
Things like
spent
that.
6 years enslaved in hell. But I watched the Northmen, learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
So for things like those puzzles, I don't really have any strategy or really plan that I use to
Another voice joined
tackle
us.
them.
She
Just
wants
kind
to
of
make them
search
go
all the
away.
walls
Pretend
till I
they
find
weren't
what I
real.
need.
But what good is that? When we are always here. I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
Stay back. Look at it. You have to open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. horrors lie behind that door. She must find him. Shh. Someone's here. Took him from me. I beg you, let him go. I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Okay, so we got block, evade.
He's down.
So in games like this, I tend to take a more patient, defense-driven approach. Thanks to games like Dark Souls and stuff. Mainly dodge, get a couple hits in, go back to dodging. Don't want to be too greedy or else die a lot faster, a lot more often. Oh. So seems like parrying is gonna be a great combat approach. Dang it. Okay. Well, kind of guessing I wasn't supposed to be able to kill them, so that's good. Makes me feel a little better.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time. The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow. Whatever the cost.
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
To Dillian.
It won't take her.
Why can't she? She needs to challenge the gods.
She has to
The
fight.
Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness. Bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born, and was named Ymir. The ice continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow, whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow. Bet you weren't expecting that.
So with the whole, when you die, the dark rot thing growing, that just makes me even more inclined to playing toward a more defensive strategy, just to better protect myself and try to minimize my deaths as often as possible.
Surt, the fire giant, has answered. He comes from a land older than mankind, and the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raise their enemies to the ground. Find him, Senua, and spill his blood.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast. He was badly burnt all over. She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her, who spoke of his own darkness. The Northman.
Senua, we each walk these lands gazing towards different horizons, some of us further than others. Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
Definitely wasn't expecting that, but
Senua, we each walk these lands gazing towards different horizons, some of us further than others. Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
okay. So wasn't expecting to find anything, but I always just go ways that not necessarily supposed to go, or I just kind of explore just to see what's around, because you might find hidden things like that. I also tried to interact with it twice just to make sure there weren't any extra dialogues or anything, but it seemed like it was just a one-time thing.
The Northmen tell this story. Before the Earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright and hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of the first giant, Ymir. Muspel is one of the 9 worlds, and is now the land of the fire giants. And people from elsewhere cannot endure a journey there.
I'm also loving the mythology lore, as I've always been, just in general, I've always enjoyed mythology, so it's kind of cool just getting like origin backstory of the mythology. So it kind of looked like the left was the way I was supposed to go, just because there was a gate with some torches. Which is why I'm going the other direction, just to see if there are any items or hidden things like I found in that waterfall. Looks like we found 2 possible like environmental ruin locations, which I'm guessing either both or one of them is going to be on the door. Yeah. Oh.
You can do it. You're close. You won. There's too many of them. Find a good position.
Okay. So looks like those strong attacks you can't parry, so have to evade those.
No, he's gone.
Nope. Started to parry there, but it was an evade. This close one. Also loving like how heavy the combat feels. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's every button press feels like you're actually doing the fighting, which is really cool when a game can achieve that.
And I still hear their cries carried in the wind. Do you hear them too, Senua?
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
Okay, well, so now that we know what the two runes are, I'm just going back to the two locations and getting them. Boom.
The path to Helheim is sealed to the living, but you already walk amongst the dead. Look towards them, and you will see that it will. When they first came to my lands, enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, slavery to many lands. This darkness. I know it well.
And I'm still here to fight it.
Ouch. Okay.
It's nearly over. Don't let them get behind you.
Nope, can't see, can't see. Okay. When there are multiple enemies, just always try to keep both of them, or as many as there are in your sights.
Take him down. Take him down now.
Okay. Cool, cool. Just checking out the area.
When you see a fire gate of Surt, know that only a sacrifice will stoke the fires of Muspel. Head, walk through. Find the fire, Senua, to follow the path to Surt.
look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering. Use to look at it.
Where's the fire gone? Where's it gone?
Disappeared.
It was everywhere.
Maybe.
Into the fire. Cert is through there. He's waiting for her. You can't get through. How will she get through?
She'll wait.
Truth, scent. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own way.
You just have to find it.
He's waiting for you. It was never going to be that easy.
He's Cert is waiting for you. Find him.
The pyre.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Surt, the foremost of the fire giants. His name means the Black One, because he is like something burnt. The Northmen believe that he sits at the border of Muspel with his flaming sword, and at the end of the world he will leave his post. He will travel to Asgard and Midgard, waging war against all the... He will be victorious, and then burn the whole world with fire.
Another gate.
She needs to find it.
Another fire sacrifice.
Another fire sacrifice. It's too far.
She'll never find it. She'll never make her way back.
She needs to remember the way back.
What happens when she finds it?
Everything will burn.
Concentrate on where you remember the path.
Everything will burn, then how will she find the way back?
She won't. She won't be able to tell.
The Northman world will be destroyed someday. They call it Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. Asgard will be attacked by Surt and the fire giants. A monstrous wolf will swallow the sun, and the gods will fight in vain against their enemies. There is nothing they can do to prevent it, but Odin ever seeks knowledge and magic, hoping to find a way to postpone that dark day.
That's cool. It keeps track of... I just now realized the ring around the lore stones keep track of like your progress and which ones you found so far.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt.
I searched for moon in their suffering, in their eye, but they just screamed like helpless pigs.
Because earlier the voices were talking about how to remember your way so you don't burn. I'm just kind of scouting the area before I activate the sacrifice just to see like an escape plan, know where to go. Looks like I could drop down from there, so I think that's what I'll do instead of having to backtrack across the log again. And we made it.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own path, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me. I am alone.
Okay, well, so this seems like a good stopping point for now. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this first part. If you'd like to see more of Hellblade, subscribe, like, stay on the lookout for any future videos. And yeah, thanks again, and look forward to keep playing.